Hey guys, it's Kurt again. We're continuing trying to show some things you can and can't do with OAX. The last couple of videos we talked about sharing the screen onto a computer so you don't have to sit on the organ bench for hours. And then we looked a little bit about MIDI in on the organ and how you can go to the 16-track sequencer or to the upper, lower, and pedals if you choose to do that. The other thing you might find you want to do is move files back and forth. They can be audio or MIDI files. And a question came up about that in the group. So let me show you how you can do that. We're going to do it using a USB stick for the case of for this example, just because that's probably what most people are comfortable doing. I actually transfer the files back and forth through the TeamViewer connection. So anyway, here let's load up a file. Let me click. Actually, no, let's do this. Let me go up here. So in case you don't know, if you go to Factory and you scroll down, go to Specials A, and here's a MIDI file that comes on the organ. And let me open up Audio Record. So we're going to record an audio file of this this backing track playing, and then we'll move it over to our Mac. So I'm going to hit record, and then I'm going to hit play, and you won't hear anything because I have the organ turned down, but you can see from the meters that we are recording content. Let's let that go for a little bit. All right, that's fine. Let's hit stop here. Let's hit stop here. Now it asks you if you want to save it or discard, delete it. I'm going to say save, and it comes up with a default location, which is number 15 in my case, and a default name, which is today's date. Let's rename that. Let's say new, and let's say transfer file, for lack of a better name, if I could spell or type or both. Okay, let me hit enter. And again, it's going to go to slot 15. Okay, so let's hit save. All right, now, if I click on the name down here in the accompaniment section, you will see a whole bunch of stuff come up. Now, we recorded an audio file, so let's click the audio section right here. And what did I call that? Transfer test, I think. Transfer file. Here it is, slot 15, okay? Now, it's available to load and play in the organ along with all these other things, but we want to mark that file and export it, notice over here, so that it is available to load to a USB stick. So I'm going to pick the file that I want to work with, transfer file. I'm going to click export, and it's asking for where do I want to save it on the hard drive in the organ. Okay, now I already know my USB stick is the G drive. That may or may not be true for you. You'll have to know that drive letter. But let me click that. There's again the name, transfer file. It's going to go to the G drive. Let's say export. And boom, just like that, that WAV file has been saved out there. Let me hit OK. And now let me switch back to the Mac and show you how to import that file. All right, so again, you're not going to see exactly the same windows depending on if you're a PC or a Mac and whatever DAW you're using. In my case, it's Logic Pro. Here it is in the background. And right here is OAX right up here. That's the name of the USB drive. And here's the name of that file that we recorded over on our Sonic. So if I simply click on this right here and, oops, easier said than done, and drag and drop it. Let's go up here to measure 2. There you go. The file is now available in Logic Pro. And let me back up a little bit before. Again, you're not going to hear anything, but you can see the meters moving up and down. And that is the recording from OAX, now in my DAW. In this case, it's a stereo file, by the way. And you notice, oops, let me go back so you can see that. For those that are wondering, if you notice there are 2 bars, right? That's left channel, right channel. So that's really all you have to do. If it was a MIDI file, you would do the same thing. You could drag it in or import it in, depending again on your DAW and how it lets you load files. So we move a ton of stuff back and forth between the organ and our DAW and make all kind of noise. Hopefully that helps those that wonder how you move music content back and forth to your Sonic.